Hi there. It's great to see you again. My name is Miss Joli Noel, and I'm a teaching artist in the PACE program. We integrate the arts with the classroom curriculum. I'll be working with you through this year in this series of videos. We're going to explore lots of different subjects in my visual art lesson. Some of you may be watching today in your classroom. Some of you may be watching from home. We're coming to you today thanks to the Acadiana Center for the Arts and the Lafayette Parish School System in Lafayette, Louisiana. You can find these videos anytime throughout the Lafayette Parish System website or the Acadiana Center for the Arts YouTube channel. Last time I told you I like to dance, paint, create projects with pastel and collage. I also love being in the classroom and interacting with my students. That's why I've been doing this for 20 years. As a child, I loved animals, and when I was growing up, I had many farm pets. When I used to come in from riding my horse in the field, I usually put my saddle on my pet cow, and she'd follow me anyway, so she would carry my saddle back to the house where we had the shed right next to it. Well, today in our visual arts project, we're going to review our lines from last week. We're going to add a couple of more and apply them to light and sound. The materials we're going to be using are a piece of paper, a pencil. We only need the pencil to write our name on the back. We're going to need colors. The colors we're going to be using today are black, white, blue, purple, yellow. If you have a gray, a peach, or a silver, that can work too as well. If you have a ruler, we could use a ruler. If you don't have a ruler, we can use another sheet of paper as a flat edge. So look, I just folded this little sheet of paper here and together, and I'm going to fold it again. It almost looks like a little ruler. We only need it for the flat edge anyway. See? Our lines we're going to be working with, we have our straight line. What is that? Our curved line, our wavy line, our zigzag line. I have a couple more line friends to introduce you to. I know this one kind of goes down a little bit and back up, but I'm not worried about the direction that it's going. Look at it. What does it look like? And what does this one look like? What are these when you do that on paper? You're creating a dot. And this is a dashed line, like you might find on the road or on your handwriting paper or even in a treasure map. Our question for today is, how does light and sound travel? Let's think of light. How does light travel? Let's think of, who in here has ever played with a flashlight? If you drew a picture of your art teacher walking in a haunted house at night, what kind of line would be coming out from my flashlight? What kind of emotion would you have in a haunted house? Happy? Sad? Angry? Afraid? I would like to say I would be strong and self-confident myself. But if you're scared or afraid, that's okay. Emotions are all okay. That's how you feel. Okay, getting back to the flashlight. So if you were drawing the flashlight, what kind of line would you see? If you said straight line, you're correct. Now, how many of you have gone somewhere at night? You've ridden in a car or a truck. What kind of lights do you see coming from the headlights? Do they wave? Do they zigzag? Does it curve when it turns the curve? No, it goes what? Straight. Let's think of sound. How does sound travel? Let's think of this. Who in the classroom has ever played in the bathtub? Have you ever let the bathtub stay completely still and all of a sudden drop something in the tub? What do you see? You see waves as it goes across the tub. Let's look at a drop of water. See how the waves go all the way across? We're going to pretend we're in a little bitty boat. And we're trying to escape from that big splash in the middle, and we're going to go over each one of these. So if we'd be going over each one, we'd be using what kind of line? A wavy line. So sound waves actually pass just like that. That's our image. Let's look at a few pictures of water droplets. Looking at this water droplet, if you had to draw that, what kind of line would you use to draw this? This actually kind of creates a shape. What shape? It's kind of flat and squished here. Let's see. This one's this way. Look at all the different droplets. And this one kind of shows you a little of both. You have different little droplets here, and you have one going right over the other one. We're going to begin our art lesson. We're going to take our sheet of paper out. Everybody hold your sheet of paper up. Y'all know what the letter S looks like, right? Okay. We're going to take our paper and try to make it look like an S. Either way you look at it, okay? See how we're doing this? And you're going to kind of squeeze it in, and we're going to fold it just like that. We're going to pinch it, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't come completely straight. We're going to fold it like that. Kind of almost like a little accordion. And like I said, it doesn't matter if it's completely straight. See, when we open it up, this is just going to be our guidelines for our project. We don't need it folded anymore, but you see how we have one folded spot and another folded spot? Okay, you decide which one you want at the bottom. On one side, we're going to write our name. So write your name on one side, on the back, with your pencil. And then we'll go ahead and flatten our paper out. And we see these little lines here. We're going to pick one of them to trace on the other side. So our name is on the back, and our line is across the other. I'll let you get that ready. All right, so here's my sheet of paper. See, I have my name on the back, and I flipped it over. And you see my two little ghosted imaginary lines. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take a black crayon and draw a horizontal line across. Horizontal is the direction of my straight line. So this is a horizontal straight line. There we go. And then I'm going to put my black away for till after a while. We don't need it till towards the end. All right. The next thing I'm going to have us do, we're going to use, if you have a peach color or silver, even purple, we're going to be able to use gray and white. That's what we're going to be using right now. I want us to think about sweet peas. A sweet pea is a little bitty circle. Or a Skittle. How many of you have seen Skittles? I bet y'all do. Have you ever snuck up on your Skittle from the side? It's going to look like a little bitty oval. There's my little Skittle. See my little Skittle? Look, I'm going to put another little Skittle. And another little Skittle. And another Skittle. About about 5 Skittles somewheres on the page with any of those colors. So you're going to put 5 Skittles on the page. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go around each one of those little ovals. We're going to go around each one of them, make them look like little donuts. We can't quite see it very well because it's the white color, but because we have white color and this is white paper. Oh, after our white, you can choose any of those colors I mentioned. You could use purple and peach and white. I'm going to go ahead and do purple, gray, silver, and I'm going to keep going. Turn my little, it look like little donuts. And remember, we're only on the bottom half of the page. We're doing anywhere on the bottom half of the page. And my little ovals. There you go. And then I'm going to come back with, I might just, I don't know, not too many people in the classroom have silver or gray, so I'm going to just stick with the colors that I have here. I'm going to go ahead and go white again. All around it. All right, then I might take a peach again, and I might do, this time, I'm going to do big ones. Sometimes I'm going to go inside it. Sometimes I'm going to go, let's see, maybe I'm going to go around this one in here. Maybe I'll make this one around it here. Ooh, what's this starting to look like? Around this way. Maybe this one has 2 rings. Now I'm going to take this one and I'm going to start, I'm going to take a different color. I'm going to take a blue. I can take a blue. I'm going to go ahead and blue around one here. This one, I'm going to go inside it. And I'm going to go around the outside of this one. And I'm going to put a few more little Skittles, little ovals. What's it look like, class? Can you tell? I'm going to put a few more. And then I'm going to go ahead and circle around some of those. I'll do white on this one and around this one. Let's see, purple around this one. And maybe around this one. I'm trying not to get the same color next to each other. I'm going to do some purple little circles. Little ovals, actually. What's it look like, class? Some of them I have circled, some of them I won't circle. Then I'm going to put a few little white ones, and I'll just leave it from there. There we go. If you've said raindrops, you're correct. Awesome. Now we have our little raindrops here. This next part is a little tricky. This is where we're going to need our straight edge here. And we're going to get to move our paper. Actually, you're going to pick a diagonal line coming from here. Remember when we looked at the dashed line, it looks like little straight lines coming from it. Well, we're going to use this to draw a straight line coming away from it. Look, watch, I'm going to just do it. And we won't be able to see it very well, so just watch. It's going to be coming away from the line. See how I have it's kind of hard to see it, but you can sometimes when you turn the light, you can see where the little line went. So you get your paper just like you need it. And each one of these little dots, we're going to be doing lines coming from it. And it's okay to cross over everything else. And you're not putting the color on the paper here. You're just using it as a straight edge. As a straight edge to show that that would be your rain coming down and then splashing on the paper. And here. Look, I'm going to put one that might be way over here. Just ghost it right through here. See, we have a whole bunch on this side. Let's go ahead and do it to each one of them. So go ahead and do it to each one. Our little dashed lines. We'd use dashed lines on treasure maps and all kinds of things, but we're going to do a straight diagonal dashed line. And I know we can't see it right now, but when we do our piece, our artwork, I'm going to surprise you. This one, I don't think I did anything. I didn't see anything for it. And it's okay if you mess up. You just don't tell anybody what you did, where you did it. They won't know the difference. I want to show you another piece of paper that has it on there. This is our little pieces, and this is what our little raindrops look like. And look here, see how the little line goes across, all the way across? You are filling up that page. See how we filled the whole thing up with the little lines? I did it with this color so that you could see it. So we're going to go ahead and make sure each one of these has it. Let's see, that one has it. Maybe they have one coming from way out here. Okay, now after you have it there, see what happens when we touch the color, but that's going to be totally fine. It won't show later. We have this space here. See that space that we have right here? We're going to go ahead and fill up that space. We're going to continue the same pattern all the way up. So we're here. We're going to just keep going all the way up. Finish up our corner. It's going to look like our little raindrops with our dashed straight lines. All right, so mine here is about finished, but if you're not finished, you keep drawing your lines. Oh, you know what? I see a space here. I don't have anything, so I'm going to use mine. You keep doing your lines. Make sure you get it. I'm going to just pretend this one just went off my page. There's some rain over here on this part there, and maybe right here too. Okay, so you keep doing your lines. All right, so if you check through it and if you see a blank area that you think you could have one, you could pretend there's one here, you can go ahead and add more little dashed lines across if you need, but keep working. I know some of you may still be working. I'm going to go ahead and show you some other pictures while you're working on this. So I'm going to just put this right here. You keep working. What is this a picture of? Who said thunder? Thunder is the sound lightning makes as it quickly forces the air out the space. You can't have thunder without lightning. How many of you have ever seen a cowboy crack his whip? The sound of the whip is the reaction to the whip forcing the air out of the space. So lightning creates thunder. I'm going to show you some more lightning pictures. This one here, the lightning is hitting the ground. This one here, lightning is hitting the water. Oh, you saw that one. This one here, lightning can strike one time, or it can strike many times at once. Lightning bolts are not very wide. They're like 1 to 2 inches, and they can be like 90 miles long. Lightning creates heat hotter than the sun. Florida experiences more lightning than any other state, while Venezuela has the most strikes on Earth. Ooh, look at that lightning bolt. What kind of lines could we use to draw it? Could be a combination of lines. Could be zigzags and wavy lines. Does that lightning look like something you might have seen? It's something you study in the classroom, something you study during the year. You may not have studied it this year, but you may have studied it last year. Maybe something under the ground. Could even be roots. that kind of look like roots from a tree? But it's lightning. So now that we have all of this, we're going to think about doing our lightning bolt. But now our lightning bolt will come, see you have my diagonal lines coming this way? We have a, let's go over our lines real quick. We have a horizontal straight line this way. We have diagonal rain lines coming this way, diagonal dashed lines because that's what we used. And now we're going to draw us a lightning bolt. And look, here's my, I started off with a little lightning bolt. I'm going to take a yellow, get your yellow out. And we're going to take our yellow and we're going to go ahead, and you can do a combination of some little wavy and a little zigzag, or both. And I'm going to just go ahead and come across like that. It's like a diagonal line. Diagonal from one point to another. And then we can just put little waves and zigzags coming off of it, see? Of course, the top one would be the thickest part. You decide how you want your lightning bolt. That'll be coming. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and find our purple. Oh, no, actually, let me not jump the gun. We're going to go ahead and take a blue crayon, and we're going to lightly go over everything with our blue crayon. Now, I have one, this is the only blue crayon I have. It doesn't have its clothes on. It would work perfect for here. But if you have your crayon, you can just turn it sideways like I'm going to do with my purple in a minute. I'm going to use my purple like this in a minute. But we need to do our whole sheet of paper in blue. And we don't need it dark. We need it really light. You need to do it really light. So go ahead and color up. Sometimes my crayons, I'll go ahead and peel off just a little bit of the top because it's going to end up wearing off anyway. See, like I have on my black here, I just peeled a little bit off here, and my purple I just peeled a little bit off because I'm going to be using all of this anyway. Honestly, I use every bit of my crayons. I don't have any of the little scraps left. I use all my scraps. I love the little pieces. Okay, I love little pieces, and I'm going to go ahead and color the whole thing. You keep coloring while I'm talking to you here. We're going to color the whole thing. I'm going to color up our whole thing. Start noticing what happens with the white that's there. Can you see the white droplets? The white passing through? We're going to color the whole thing with blue. And then we're going to add the purple coming from that horizontal line, moving only upward, to tell you ahead of time. This is our picture of, what is that? Lightning. Lightning creates thunder, and thunder is the sound lightning makes. I have a piece of tape underneath here. All right, and then we're going to take the purple. You can keep coloring with your blue if you need. See how I'm putting the purple? I'm adding the purple, only going upwards. We'll be adding the purple, moving upwards. And sometimes I kind of go in a circle, and it works fine for this project. See how towards that line, I'm going to have it a little darker. And if you need to get blue again, feel free to go ahead and get more blue and color over it. But we're going to be using purple and blue coming upward because we're creating a thunderstorm here, and it's going to show lightning. And we're going to take our black and we're going to come downward in our picture the same way. See how I'm kind of using it sideways here? And it's okay if you have some little curves and circles that show up while you're doing it, because that could be the wind swirling around in your artwork. I'll just come down a little bit here. You can keep going back and forth, adding more blue, more purple. The black comes down, the purple goes up. And the bottom down here is just plain old blue with all the other colors, with our Skittle colors down at the bottom. There we go. And you can keep coloring and coloring. If you're not finished, you can finish up whenever you have a moment. That's our sound and light project, our thunderstorm and lightning. All right, guys, let's see. I need to add a little more color. You can keep adding a little color. I'm sure you're probably still working on your project. I kind of did that really quick. And I like to go back and add more and more and more color. The more you keep working with it, the more your paper kind of seems to come alive with color. Remember when I was talking earlier about the haunted house? Again, I'm going to ask the same question. What kind of emotions would you have in a thunderstorm? Would it be happy, sad, afraid, angry? I would like to say, I'm hoping I would be strong and confident, depending on how bad the weather is. But it does not matter. If you're afraid or scared, it's all okay. Emotions are okay. It's how we feel. I think I need a little bit more down here. There we go. I think mine is basically done here. Take a moment and view your artwork. Notice it from a distance. You did a great job. Your class did a wonderful job. Pat yourself on the back. My classroom is full of self-confident young artists. Thank you for joining me today. We've learned so many things. We've learned about dashed lines. We learned that light travels in a straight line, while sound travels in a wavy line. We've learned that all our feelings are okay: happy, sad, angry, afraid. As you're going through your week, notice the things around you. What kind of lines could you use to draw them? What kind of feelings do you have? Enjoy the rest of your day. I can't wait to see you next time.